Alright guys, welcome back to Dice Throw and How to Play Marvel Edition. We have our 4th Marvel character here, Scarlet Witch, and she is a 4th level complexity, so on the same bar as Loki when it comes to complexity. So she is a very evil character to play in Dice Throw. She has multiple effects that change the game in ways that just make your opponent suffer. So first of all, her dice symbols are unique. She has 1, 2, 3 warp symbols, 4 is chaos, 5 is spell, and 6 is crown. It's basically the pyromancer, but in Scarlet Witch form. So she has multiple different tokens here. First is probability manipulation, probably the least evil of her status effects, which is already saying something. So she can tip an even numbered dice, one of her dice up or down. So let's say she rolls like a bunch of even numbers, like here 2, 4, 6. And let's say she's trying to get Mind Blast here, and she rolled a 6, a 5, but she rolled like a bunch of 4s. But let's say she rolled this. She rolled 3 4s, a 5, and a 6. She's trying to get Mind Blast here, which she needs 1 of each token, so she needs to tip this 4 down to a 3. Well, she spends this token here, probability manipulation, and she can tip this dice down to a 3. She can also tip it up to a 5, but why would you want to do that? So now you have one of each symbol, so you can activate Mind Blast with that token, which allows you to gain Crackle, and then deal 5 damage and roll a dice. Since the dice is even, you gain probability manipulation back. So yeah, Mind Blast, you can pretty much get probability manipulation back, or you can do extra damage. You can do, if your value is odd instead of even, you do 8 pure damage instead of 5. And if you don't know about pure damage is undefendable damage that can't be modified. So it's basically undefendable damage. You can't activate a defense against it, but you can't like add +1 or +2 to it. Which with this kit is useful to know, because Crackle is also another token in this kit. So let's say you have these on your board. We'll talk about Conjure in a second, but let's say you have these tokens on your board. So Crackle adds damage to an attack per status token you have on your board. It can be negative or positive. So, for example, let's say you activate Hexbolt and deal 8 damage. Well, if you spend Crackle, you can add 1 damage per positive or negative status effect on your board, maximum 3. So if you have up to 3, you can add up to 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And you can't count the Crackle token you spend. So this token does not count. Like let's say you had this on your board, this Crackle token you spent does not count as a token to count for this. So just be 1, 2. But since you have 4 positive tokens on your board, then it counts for all 3, so you can just add 3 to this attack. So now instead of dealing 8 damage, you're dealing 11. But you have another Crackle token. Spend this Crackle token, 1, 2, 3, that's another +3 damage, so you've spent 2 Crackle tokens, each of which adding 3 to your attack, and you can spend up to 3 Crackle tokens. So if we had all 3 Crackle tokens on this board, then it would be 1, 2, 3, spend, +3, spend, 1, 2, 3, now it's +6, then spend again, 1, 2, 3, now it's +9, so we're dealing 17 undefendable damage, not undefendable, 17 defendable damage. That's more than our ultimate deals. Of course it's ultimate damage, but you imagine, actually this is a good thing to talk about. Let's say you have two Crackle tokens. You gain Conjure, probability manipulation, inflict reality warp, which we'll talk about. You deal 12 damage, but wait, you have Crackle tokens. 1, 2, 3, now you're dealing 15 ultimate damage. 1, 2, 3 again, now you're dealing 18 ultimate damage. You had another Kraken, 1, 2, 3, now you're dealing 21 ultimate damage. Insane. Crackle is an insanely evil token, but that's not even the worst of it. Because now we have to talk about probably the 2 worst tokens on our board. Yes, Crackle and probability manipulation are evil on their own right, but they don't come close to these. Reality warp, you inflict it on an opponent. Let's say you activate, let's see here. Let's say you activate the large trait. Not only are you dealing 9 damage, but you're also inflicting reality warp. What does reality warp do? Well, it takes one of your opponent's dice and replaces it with yours. And what this means is that your dice is almost entirely useless to an opponent. like, they have to get their own combinations in dice thrown. Your symbols don't match up to their symbols, so they can't activate their combos on their board. The only combos they can activate on their board are large and small straights, because while you can't use the symbols on Scarlet Witch's dice, you can still use the numbers. So really their only two moves they can use are their large and small straight. And some heroes don't have large straights, they only have small, so that is a little bit of a bummer there. But if you do this for their entire next offensive roll phase, for their next 3 roll offensive attempts, they have to use your dice instead of one of their own. So they can't activate anything with combinations. So they can't activate anything with 5 dice as a combination. So they can't activate their 5 dice multimodal. They can't activate their ultimate because they need 5 of their 6 symbols, and your symbols don't line up. So they can't activate their ultimate. They can't activate not their defensive role. Some heroes have an AABBB, so two like 1 to 3 tokens and 6s. Basically, they can't activate anything with 5 dice that have symbols on them. They can only activate their large straight, small straight, anything with 4 symbols or less, or their sealed fate, and they can't activate their ultimate. So Reality Warp basically means, hey, you can't activate your ultimates, so screw you. So yeah, Reality Warp, insanely evil token. But what about the worst token on this board? And that is Conjure. Conjure is a choose one token. You can only spend it during your main phase, but you can either gain a positive status effect from a chosen player's leaflet. Any positive status effects on an opponent's leaflet, or inflict Reality Warp. So already inflicting the second most evil token on this board, or you can gain a positive status effect from a chosen player's leaflet. And may I remind you some of the positive status effects that people have. Necromancer has Resurrect. If he's put down to 0 HP, he can spend that token and he can put his health back to 5. The Scarlet Witch could literally have that token, spend it, and then have 5 health back at the end of the game. Basically a death save, but times 5, because she gets 5 additional health. Shadows with Shadow Thief. Play that token, and she can take no damage for an entire turn whatsoever from an attack. Insane. Parlay, another one. She can put that on herself. No, not Parlay. What was the one I was thinking of? Cleanse. She can put Cleanse on herself, and if she's inflicted with a negative token like Parlay or Wither, she can just cleanse herself with that token she stole with Conjure. Conjure is a status stealing token. You can only steal positive status effects, mind you, but Shadows is basically the best token in this entire game, and it's a positive token she can steal with Conjure. So Conjure is incredibly evil, but yeah, that is Scarlet Witch. Probability manipulation allows you to tip even numbered dice. Reality Warp allows you to basically frick over the enemy opponent. Conjure allows you to steal their best status effect as long as it's positive, or if they don't have any positive status effects, just frick you with Reality Warp. And then Crackle allows you to add max 3 damage per status effect on your board, so you basically can just stack up on status effects, and then Crackle adds +3 every single time. So basically a max +9 if you use all 3 Crackles correctly with max tokens. But anyway, that's Scarlet Witch. Hope you like if you like, dislike if you don't, subscribe down below if you're new to the channel, comment down below which Dice Throne character you think is the best and worst. I'm good with Scarlet Witch on that one. She's not the worst, but she is definitely the most evil when it comes to her tokens. And of course, thank you guys so much for watching. Toodaloo!